Some people are born with conditions so rare that they almost seem unreal. Imagine living in a body that reacts to light, can't handle touch, or grows in ways no one's ever seen before. These stories are far from make-believe. They're real lives shaped by conditions so unusual, they push the limits of what we think the human body can endure. These 15 people will leave you stunned, inspired, and rethinking what the human body is truly capable of. So, stick with this video till the end. Number 15, Hayley O'Keens. At just 2 years old, Hayley O'Keens was diagnosed with Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome, a 1 in 8 million condition that causes rapid aging in children. Doctors predicted she wouldn't live beyond 13, yet she defied those odds and reached 17, using every year to advocate for awareness and hope. Her journey took her across the Atlantic to Boston for treatments funded by the Progeria Research Foundation, while her family raised travel funds through public support and charity drives. She became a familiar face on television, appearing in documentaries like Extraordinary People, Extraordinary Lives, and Extreme Aging. Hayley's story capturing hearts worldwide. She also featured on France's Tous Difference, 60 Minutes Australia, and Make Me Live Forever, connecting her life to groundbreaking longevity research. Hayley co-wrote Old Before My Time and Young at Heart, detailing her daily reality and teenage years. Number 14, Mandy Sellers. Born on February 20th, 1975, in Lancashire, England, Mandy Sellers entered the world with legs and feet that were abnormally large and continued to grow uncontrollably throughout her life. Doctors were unsure if she would survive infancy, yet by 18 months, she was walking. By her late 20s, her legs alone weighed over 200 pounds, while her upper body remained slender. For years, doctors couldn't pinpoint her condition, initially diagnosing it as Proteus syndrome, the same rare disorder once linked to the Elephant Man. Later, genetic sequencing revealed a mutation in her PIK3CA gene, a condition so rare it affects only a handful of people worldwide. Despite suffering from deep vein thrombosis, MRSA, and kidney failure, she continued living independently, earning a psychology degree and driving a modified car. After losing her left leg in 2010, she remained optimistic, undergoing treatments that slowed regrowth. Number 13, Taylor Moole. Taylor Moole grew up believing the striking line dividing her torso into 2 different skin tones was just a birthmark. Years later, she learned it was something far rarer, human chimerism, a condition in which 2 fraternal embryos fuse in the womb, leaving one person with 2 distinct sets of DNA. In her case, one side of her body carries her twin sister's genes, making her quite literally her own twin. With only a few dozen documented cases worldwide, her discovery in 2009 placed her among the rarest individuals on Earth. Born into a Hollywood family, her grandfather, Edward Moole, produced classics like Psycho and Spartacus. Taylor trained as a dancer before becoming a singer, songwriter, and model. At first, she hid her condition, fearing it might harm her career, but in 2016 she went public, appearing on The Doctors and later Megyn Kelly Today. Her openness turned her into a leading advocate for body positivity, autoimmune awareness, and acceptance of visible differences. Number 12, Bailey Pretak. Bailey Pretak was born facing one of the rarest skin conditions on Earth, lamellar ichthyosis, a genetic disorder so uncommon it affects approximately 1 in every 200,000 people. From her earliest days, her skin cracked, dried out, and shed in ways most of us can scarcely imagine, and she endured unkind comments simply because she looked different. Despite this, she found strength in performance, becoming a model and beauty pageant winner who used her platform to educate others. She teamed up with the Foundation for Ichthyosis and Related Skin Types, traveling to schools and conferences to remind young people that unique doesn't mean broken. Her journey from bullied child to confident champion shows not just survival, but thriving in the face of a condition that no cure has yet been found for. In every contest she entered, every speech she gave, Bailey carried a message of resilience and authenticity, proving that beauty isn't defined by skin alone, especially when that skin carries a story so incredibly rare. Number 11. Harper Sparrow. Harper Sparrow spent nearly 3 decades carrying the burden of a rare primary immunodeficiency known as hyper-IgE syndrome before she stepped into the light. Diagnosed at age 10 after countless misturns and unhelpful specialist visits, she finally obtained a formal diagnosis and later underwent a major surgery at age 27 to address a large lung cyst tied to her illness. She once worked in high-pressure roles in PR and marketing while trying to camouflage the daily toll of infections and exhaustion that stemmed from her condition. Ultimately, she chose to stop hiding, shifting toward a mission of advocacy through her podcast and coaching business, Made Visible, which gives voice to those living with invisible conditions. Her journey highlights how living with an ultra-rare disease, one that affects a tiny fraction of the population, can spark resilience and purpose. Number 10. Nick Kelly. Nick Kelly entered his life story when he was just 3 months old, marked by a diagnosis of cystic fibrosis that would shape a path he refused to let define him. From that early start, he forged ahead, earning both bachelor's and master's degrees at Bowling Green State University before embarking on a career as a dietitian. Alongside his professional work, he embraced roles as a poet, dancer, educator, and public speaker, using his diverse talents to uplift others living with rare health challenges. Despite the fact that cystic fibrosis remains a condition that significantly restricts life for many, he transformed his rare diagnosis into a platform of hope and activism, representing his community with authenticity and skill. Through keynotes, workshops, and interviews, he invites listeners to engage fully with life, turning what might have been limiting into a catalyst for connection, expression, and enduring resilience. Number 9. Ijeoma Azubuike. Living each day with one of the rarest variants of sickle cell disease, Ijeoma Azubuike has built her life around strength, advocacy, and awareness. Her blood disorder, a genetic mutation that disrupts the normal flow of oxygen in the body, often brings sudden pain, exhaustion, and life-threatening complications. Diagnosed at a young age, she spent much of her early life in hospitals, learning resilience in a world that often overlooked the struggles of those with uncommon conditions. Instead of letting her illness define her, Ijeoma transformed it into a platform for change. She now dedicates her voice to representing others living with rare and chronic diseases, speaking at events, organizing awareness drives, and educating the public about the realities behind her condition. Her advocacy not only sheds light on the physical challenges, but also the emotional weight that comes with being part of a small, often invisible group. Through her work, Ijeoma turns rarity into empowerment and vulnerability into hope. Number 8. Rachel Bradford. What began as a normal pregnancy for Rachel Bradford soon took a painful and mysterious turn. She started feeling unbearable heat in her hands and feet, a burning so fierce it seemed to come from beneath her skin. Doctors were baffled until she was diagnosed with erythromelalgia, an exceptionally rare disorder often nicknamed Burning Man syndrome. The condition causes sudden flare-ups where the skin reddens, swells, and feels as though it's being scorched, triggered by even mild warmth, movement, or stress. Simple acts like walking or holding something warm can unleash hours of agony. Though there's no known cure, Rachel has learned to live with the condition through cooling treatments and careful lifestyle changes. Her story captures both the physical and emotional toll of living with an illness so rare that few physicians have ever seen it. Number 7. Valentina. At just 2 months old, Valentina became the first documented case of hyaline fibromatosis syndrome in Ukraine, a condition so rare that fewer than 200 cases have ever been recorded worldwide. This inherited disorder, caused by mutations in the CMG2 gene, leads to an abnormal buildup of hyaline material in connective tissues throughout the body. In infants like Valentina, the signs can appear almost immediately. Painful stiffness in the joints, skin thickening, and small nodules forming under the surface. The disorder often progresses to include swollen gums and restricted movement, turning even simple motions into a struggle. Because of its rarity, diagnosing the condition is extremely difficult, but in Valentina's case, ultra-rapid genome sequencing allowed doctors to confirm it and begin specialized care. Hyaline fibromatosis syndrome exists in 2 forms: infantile, systemic, and juvenile, both devastating in their own ways. Number 6. Kitty Fisher. During the height of Victorian sideshows, Kitty Fisher stood out as one of the most unforgettable performers ever exhibited to the public. Born with a rare physical condition that caused her body to develop in a way doctors of her time could not explain, she became a spectacle in an era when difference was turned into entertainment. Her unusually shaped features and unique proportions drew fascination and whispers alike, as promoters labeled her one of the strangest wonders of the human form. Though little is known about her exact medical diagnosis, records describe her being displayed at traveling circuses and London exhibition halls, where audiences paid to glimpse her extraordinary appearance. Life behind the curtain, however, was far from glamorous. Kitty endured the harsh realities of a world that profited from her rarity, yet she carried herself with resilience and composure. Her story now serves as a haunting reminder of how society once treated the unusual as spectacle, rather than the powerful display of humanity it truly was. Number 5. Johnny Zandau Gilmore. Johnny Zandau Gilmore emerged as one of the most peculiar and talked-about sideshow performers of the early 20th century. His striking physical appearance, marked by an extreme and unexplained bodily deformity, set him apart in an era fascinated by the unusual. Promoters branded him as a medical mystery, claiming he possessed features unlike any living man, and audiences flocked to see him out of curiosity and disbelief. His exhibitions ranged from small-town fairs to larger traveling circuses, where he was introduced under exaggerated banners and dramatic posters that often distorted his reality for showmanship. Behind the spotlight, Gilmore lived a far more complex life. Accounts suggest that despite being treated as a novelty, he maintained remarkable dignity and even humor about his circumstances. His condition, though poorly documented by medical experts, likely stemmed from a rare congenital disorder, one of many misunderstood at the time. Today, Johnny Zandau Gilmore stands as a reminder of the thin line between exploitation and fascination. A man whose rarity once defined him, but whose endurance made him unforgettable. Number 4. Yvonne MacArthur and Yvette MacArthur. Long before medical science could fully explain such conditions, Yvonne and Yvette MacArthur captured public fascination as conjoined twin sisters whose bodies were physically joined in a way few had ever seen. Their condition, occurring in roughly 1 out of every 200,000 births, made them one of the rarest human phenomena of their era. The twins became part of the circus freak exhibition circuit, where they were introduced as 2 souls sharing one form, drawing crowds eager to glimpse what seemed impossible. Yet beyond the spectacle, their connection went far deeper than the physical. Those who knew them spoke of their warmth, intelligence, and remarkable ability to coordinate even the simplest tasks in perfect harmony. Life under constant scrutiny was far from easy, but the sisters faced it with humor and quiet strength. Number 3. Tony, the alligator skin boy, Harris. Under the flickering lights of carnival tents, Tony, the alligator skin boy. Harris drew gasps from audiences who had never seen anything like him. His entire body was covered in thick, scaly skin that gave the illusion of reptilian armor, an effect caused by a rare genetic disorder now believed to be a severe form of ichthyosis. Promoters eagerly capitalized on his striking appearance, billing him under names such as the human alligator and the lizard-skinned wonder. During an age when physical difference was both feared and exploited, Tony became a touring sensation, traveling across states and performing for crowds who viewed him as a living enigma. Behind the spectacle, though, was a man who refused to be broken by his condition or society's curiosity. He met each show with humor, self-awareness, and quiet pride, reminding those who saw him that resilience can shine even beneath rough and scarred skin. Number 2. Claude Ambroise Seurat. Claude Ambroise Seurat, born in Troyes, France in 1798, became one of the most extraordinary human curiosities of the 19th century. Known to fascinated audiences as the living skeleton, his body was so frail and emaciated that medical experts of the time struggled to comprehend how he remained alive. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall but weighing barely 78 pounds, Seurat's skeletal frame revealed every bone and tendon in haunting clarity. His rare physical state, likely the result of an extreme metabolic or wasting disorder, made him a sensation across Europe, where he was exhibited in medical lectures and sideshows alike. Physicians, artists, and the general public flocked to study him, debating whether his condition was a marvel of nature or a tragic medical mystery. Despite living under public scrutiny, Seurat continued to travel and display himself, earning both fascination and sympathy from those who saw him. He passed away in 1841 at the age of 43, leaving behind one of the earliest recorded examples of a man whose rarity blurred the line between science and spectacle. Number 1. Alice Bounds. Alice Bounds lives with an exceptionally rare genetic condition that causes her skin to blister and tear at the slightest touch, leaving her body fragile and prone to constant wounds. From infancy, she endured pain most people could hardly imagine, her skin so delicate that even clothing could cause injury. Her condition, known as epidermolysis bullosa, affects only a handful of people worldwide and has no known cure. Despite the endless cycle of healing and re-injury, Alice has faced life with a quiet kind of bravery that sets her apart. As she grew older, her determination to live beyond the limits of her illness turned her into an inspiring figure among those who share her struggle. Over time, she became part of documentaries and awareness campaigns, highlighting people whose bodies defy normal understanding. Rather than hiding from her condition, she chose to embrace visibility, helping others see not her pain, but her perseverance. What you've just seen isn't fiction. It's real people living with bodies and conditions most of us can hardly imagine. Each of them turned something rare into something remarkable, showing that being different can be its own kind of power. If their stories left you thinking, then hit like, drop a comment about which one amazed you most, and subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive into the unbelievable side of reality. Thanks for watching.